I want to pop in and talk about this full moon in Aries because I really like this full moon, and it's the last lunation that we have before eclipse season. So I do want to give it a little bit more energy than I usually would because it's pretty simple, it's pretty clear, but I do want to pop on and let everyone know that I don't want to make this like a your last chance, which is bullshit because eclipse season is only 2 weeks long, but I do want to let you know like how I would best use this because I do feel like you want to take about a 2-week break in between eclipses. I'm sitting down, then I'm adjusting the camera so I don't flash anyone. But I am in this cute dress that I talk about in my Libra video. If you want to go watch my video all on Libra, feel free to do that. But thank you, Layla, for the beautiful dress. I'm into it. So this full moon is on October 9th, 2022, and it is, like I said, the last full moon or new moon, but last lunation that we're having before eclipse season. So full moons are energetic releases. They're times of releasing things out into the world, whether that's a creative project, whether that's just having a good time with your friends. Maybe that's a fun night alone in your room, but you realize you can't sleep, so might as well have a silent dance party in your room. Actually, side note, let me know in the comments if people actually have silent dance parties. Maybe it's my Capricorn rising, but like I never have the inclination to dance. If I'm alone, I'm gonna be silent and seated. Like I don't have a silent dance party ever. Maybe it's just me having like kind of knobby bones and being like dancing, like jumping, no. But do people actually fucking dance parties? Like I'm a little, no. Even around myself, I'm self-conscious. Whatever. This full moon is an energetic release, and it's in the sign of Aries, which is a cardinal fire sign. So it's a fun one. It's a fun, energetic release and an opportunity to put something out into the world that is creative, that is public, that is, you want to show for yourself, and is a declaration of independence. So the interesting thing about this full moon is that, yes, it's a period of energetic release and will be a fun, exciting night for most people, but it's conjunct Chiron. Now, Chiron is an asteroid that represents vulnerability, healing, and something that we might be insecure about. Early Chiron tends to be a wound that we receive in childhood or early on in life that sticks with us as our main humiliation point. Older or more developed Chiron tends to be when we're teaching what we most needed to learn about this. So let's say that early on in life, you had a learning disability and you hid it and you didn't want people to know. Then you become very good at managing it and even see it as an asset to look at the world a little differently. And when you're an adult, you teach people who also have this issue how to make best use of it and you empower them. So it's taking your utmost vulnerability. Like usually Chiron is the deepest, darkest, most like I could never tell anyone that I was suffering with that. It's so embarrassing. It's usually embarrassing. It's not guilty. It's embarrassing. You can feel guilty about it though, but it's not like you did something and you end up teaching others about it. Now I have Chiron on my midheaven. I share the fucking everything because I'm just like, well, I'm embarrassed, let me help someone, because who knows when my last day will be. I want to help people. So I have that in my chart, but this full moon is conjunct Chiron, showing that there's an element of emotional sensitivity, of being triggered, and or the opportunity to share with others what you needed to learn so you can help them. I'll repeat that more concisely. Even though this full moon is fun, it's Aries, it's fiery, it involves Chiron, so emotional sensitivity and being open about our most humiliating, most triggered point in order to help others is likely. So there's a warmness to this, almost like I'm here with you, let it out. And Aries is impulsive. It's not long lasting. It will get things out and work through them quickly. So the triggers are quick, and it might be that we're at the party and it's not dramatic, it's not drama, but we're at the party and the tears just come. 3:55, felt like I've been talking for like 30 minutes. I always do that. I check the time because for me it feels like I've been talking for like an hour. On here, it's like 3 minutes. But this full moon will likely involve triggers. It will involve going out having fun and drunk crying in the bathroom just to make up and be better friends. You know what I mean? And I don't drink, so I'm not endorsing that. It's just what came to mind. The sun is also conjunct Venus. So the sun is opposite the moon in every full moon. It's how the sun, like the moon is full because it's reflecting the sun's light. So the full moon is bright because it's reflecting the sun on the opposite side of the sky. The sun is in Libra, conjunct Venus, and Venus is at home in Libra. So it's very nice to see that Venus is opposing the moon here, meaning that there's an element of social harmony, of beauty, of aesthetic refinement, of feeling like you're glossing things over or building something harmonious together for this full moon. So that's the main thing that I really like, is that the moon is in Aries, but it's opposite Venus. So Venus opposing things helps them out. It is a state of bonification or of inducing harmony, of bringing forth appreciation and a beauty into this. So like, I feel like it's a little bit emo, a little bit disheveled, but it's beautiful. It's the girls that you see on TikTok who have like the Bella filter or that green grungy filter and like no face makeup, but just the eye makeup, but it's like, oh, she's so pretty. Like, but it's a little bit gross. That's what I think of. I think of everything in terms of like TikTok archetypes, and my least favorite one is the egg. The egg is the slicked back bun, clean girl aesthetic. What the fuck is that? What is that? No, just no. Like, no. That's the Leo stellium in me. I don't know why I brought that up. That's been on my mind a lot lately. I see so many people falling victim to it, and it's like, please stop. It's the equivalent of the guy's broccoli hairstyle. You know what I mean. The broccoli hairstyle and the egg hairstyle, illegal. Illegal. Anyway, now I'm thinking about all the TikToks that I filmed I have to think of good captions for. Ugh. Anyway, for this Aries full moon, I would make use of this as one of the more lighthearted fun times to announce, launch, release something, celebrate something before eclipse season. So if you want to have a party with your friends, go for it. You want to do something that involves going a little crazy, taking a risk, doing something with some people that's a little bit like, am I going to do it? Do it under the Aries full moon or the day before or after, that kind of thing. Day before would be in Pisces. Yeah, that's fine. Day after would be in Aries. Actually, I would do it the day before. I would not do it the day after, because then the moon will square Pluto, and that'll be a little bit more intense than you want. But this full moon on the 9th is a great time for energetic release, for celebration, for putting something out into the world that is creative, that is lighthearted, that is imaginative, that shows your independence, and that's a little bit sensitive, that pulls that like Chiron heartstring that you're like, I was embarrassed about this, now let me share with the world. It's cute like that. In the background, Mars is squaring Neptune, so I don't like the background of this. I don't like that Mars, which is action, is in a difficult aspect with Neptune, which shows not being clear with our actions, which is not being assertive. Frankly, Mars square Neptune right now is cowardly. It shows a lot of having ideas but not following through. It shows a lot of being nebulous or indirect with the way that we're achieving things. So even though this full moon is fine, it's cute, whatever, having Mars square Neptune during this is still like, yeah, no one's really gonna act that courageously around. Like, no one's gonna be the first one to pick up the phone. No one's gonna do that. So that's a little bit in the background. And Saturn is also square Uranus. So this has been happening for months. Saturn is structure, it's restriction, it's being conservative, and Uranus is rebellion, it's upheaval, it's chaos. So Saturn square Uranus shows that one of the major issues just in the tensions of the world right now is, do I blow this shit up or do I keep quiet? There's no in between. It's either I fucking pull the trigger or I'm gonna sit back and just go to work. Like, there's little in between. Now, Uranus is retrograde while Saturn is direct, and Saturn is also in its own sign in the superior position, so Saturn has more power than Uranus right now, and there are more things under the surface than are exploding right now, so Saturn is winning, you could say. But in the background, these two squares, Mars square Neptune and Saturn square Uranus, still show that acting assertively likely not happening, and there's this background tension of, do I fuck it all up or do I keep quiet? And it looks like more people keep quiet than not. It is Libra season after all, and as a Libra moon, we're all about avoiding the conflict, avoiding the elephant in the room. Bitch, if you don't bring it up, I won't either. I don't really give a shit. You do you, unless it's erupting in my face. I'm not gonna deal with it. No drama in my house. So the intensity of this full moon is not a provocative intensity. It's more of an emotional heartstrings kind of intensity of like, oh, like thank you for sharing. Me too. I also have IBS. Like, I keep saying that as my joking like vulnerability thing, but I don't know why I keep bringing it up. I don't have IBS. I don't know why I'm sharing this. I have good digestion. FYI, people. I'm proud of it. That's all I have to say. So I would use this full moon for anything lighthearted, enjoyable, parties, etc. that I would not schedule during eclipse season, because October 25th, but even a few days before, I would avoid going into like the day before eclipse season. I wouldn't do that either. I'd say October 20th, about 5 days before eclipse season, is when I would stop trying to do things that you really want ingrained with energy. If you want a full video on do's and don'ts of eclipse season, I can do that. I don't think I've done a full video on it. Honestly, I look cute. Maybe I do it after this, but I'm hungry and I want to go get food, so I don't really want to do that right now. But if you do want a full video on do's and don'ts of eclipse season, do let me know. I hope this full moon treats you well. I'm excited about it. If you want to predict what's happening in your own chart, look for the Aries whole sign house in your chart, or feel free to watch your rising sign video for this October. I have a full video on what is happening for your rising sign this October, which includes where this full moon's happening in your chart. So go go watch your rising sign forecast if you have not already. Also, you can watch the full predictions video for this full moon, which is much more in depth about the energies of this full moon. I like it a lot, and I filmed that video in, that's just funny knowing where I filmed that video and where I am now with that transit and just things happening. So we'll do a little bit of a fit check, because why not? Even though I did a fit check in my Libra video, because I feel like I should show. I'm not flashing anyone. I know this for a fact. I'm not. So this is a dress from, I believe, Forward. Just get a thigh shot there. Why not? This dress is, yeah, I like it on this side because it's more red, and I'm wearing it with these Gucci platforms. But this is the mood. I hope I don't have to blur anything out here, because this is not something I can wear out right now until I understand what underwear I can wear with it. But anyway, I'm choking on myself. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was informative. I hope that this inspired you to make use of the full moon in a way that you might not have otherwise. And I don't have anything else to say. I'm just going to waddle back. There we go. Peace.